We know you can trust Ohio Mutual to protect what matters most to you and your family. Once you see how Ohio Mutual cares for your needs, you'll trust them as well. Contact us today to get the best coverage from the best companies like Ohio Mutual. You buy better at Burns. You buy better at Burns. You buy better.
Hi, my name is Dr. Katina Simmons. I'm the optometrist and the new owner of Grizzled Eye Care, formerly the office of Dr. Joel Zuckerman. I would like to welcome you and your family to make an appointment today for an eye exam. Even though the name has changed, we are still providing the same family-friendly eye care as Dr. Z. We are located at 8 North Main Street in Jewett City. You can also find Grizzled Eye Care on Facebook and send us a message. Don't forget that eye exams correlate to your whole body health too. It's not just new glasses and contacts. So, come see me, Dr. Katina Simmons, at the all-new Grizzled Eye Care, formerly Dr. Zuckerbrand. Hope to see you soon.
Hi, this is Lisa Griffin of Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank. Well, some banks offer checking account rewards, and some banks rebate ATM withdrawal fees. At Eastern, we say, why choose? Check out our Kasasa checking accounts and find out how you can get both. For more information, visit bankeasternct.com, call us at 860-889-7381, or stop by any of our branch locations today. Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank with offices in Norwich, Jewett City, and Plainfield. Member FDIC. Do you, Kasasa?
Hey, I'm Jess, the tire queen from Advanced Automotive on Route 138 in Griswold. Springtime is the best time for making sure your air conditioning is working to its full potential. Springtime is also a great time for a tune-up, so your car is running as economical as possible. Those gas prices are nuts. Spring is also the time to get your wheels aligned. Who would know better than me, the tire queen? Come see me at Advanced Automotive on Route 138 in Griswold.
Your community radio. Live from Main Street.
Mike Minarski and Rich Wasilek in the morning and 80s all day and night.
SNSN. Your community radio. Live from Main Street.
Mike Minarski and Rich Wasilek in the morning and 80s all day and night.
SNSN.
And good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. How are you? We have. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I interrupt your personal conversation?
Yeah. Hi.
My goodness. Well, we can talk about that. That's something that is.
Something's allowed.
Huh?
We're allowed.
Oh yeah. Why wouldn't we be? I mean that's
no one is interested in the price of gasoline, Mike.
No, I know. Has it? What were you saying that you bought? Now, just last week.
Last Wednesday.
It was $2.99 that I saw in some places.
Yeah, I bought it for $3.02 at a gas station.
Okay.
Over the line in Rhode Island. And yesterday.
Here, go ahead and talk. Yeah.
Better?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
It doesn't work.
No, it's not you.
Got a dead connection?
Didn't we have this problem the other day?
I don't know. Try it again. If it ain't something, it's something.
Yeah.
If it ain't something, it's something. So I don't know if it's the cable. Huh? Let's try this. No, it's the microphone. Can we have? Yeah. Jim, can we have you move over a little bit?
I'll move over. Here, I got it.
No. It's not that. You have Jim move over a little bit. Okay.
Which one do you want me to move?
You guys figure it out. I'm just making it more complicated, apparently.
There we go.
All right.
Let's try that one.
Better?
You know, maybe Victoria is a mic killer.
Maybe.
Here,
Could be.
bring this. You're talking to talk into that.
Is that better?
You got to talk into it though.
Better?
Yeah. Try it again.
It's me.
You're a very soft voice. You got a very soft voice to this morning. Yell at him.
I can't.
Oh, okay.
Why? Go ahead. Just let it rip.
I'm not going to yell at you.
Oh, there we go. That's a little better.
Okay.
That's a little better. Hold on. I got
More better, huh?
More better.
I think we can move on now.
Are we good now?
I think so. Okay. No, I think right into that.
Okay.
Talk into the blue spot.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
If it ain't something, it's something.
We were starting about gasoline.
Yeah, we're talking about gasoline.
Victoria has got a place that she keeps a secret because it's only $2.99 a gallon.
Yeah,
That's
so
pretty.
Well, no, I live right on the Rhode Island line, so we usually go over to Rhode Island to buy gas because it's cheaper.
Yeah, if we were making a trip out that way,
Yeah.
we always planned on getting gas in Rhode Island. But lately,
It's-
the gas here in Jewett City has been about as cheap as I've seen it. I did
Yeah.
see some in Rhode Island a few days ago, like you said, that was down quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it just went sky high really quick.
Plainfield, I saw 352 the other day.
Yep.
yeah, it's just going right up really fast again.
I called my oil lady, and they're at $5 a gallon
Again.
$5
Why?
a gallon.
Does this have something to do with the whole Saudi /
I think it's
we're gonna go to
They're cutting they're cutting it by 2 million barrels a day. Okay. But I mean, we think we got troubles. Look at Europe. I mean, Germany gets what 80% of their the heating fuel through that Nordem is it pipeline that apparently there's certainly much speculation that the United States was involved in what happened to the pipeline.
What happened to the pipeline?
Somebody blew it up.
Oh, well.
Well, yeah, they're not sure if it got blown up from underneath over the top or somebody did it directly to it.
No.
Yeah.
All the Russian-Ukrainian thing.
Yeah.
And I've got my own feelings on that baby.
That's a totally different that's a dark road.
Yes, it is.
Do we want to get into that?
Yeah.
Not this morning.
It's too early for that.
Scott Fryer, good morning.
Hey, Scott.
He says right now he's doing a Dr. Evil. Freaking sharks with freaking laser beams on their freaking heads. Oh, Scott. So,
how's that relationship going? Well,
huh?
How's that relationship going? Well,
I think so.
Good. I'm glad you guys are happy.
Is there something in the background?
Just the flies.
Okay. So gas is what? How much did you buy it today? Did you buy today?
Yesterday it was $3.49.
Yeah, I saw it for $3.55 or something. What about you, Jim?
I think I bought it for $3.19 right here in Jewett City.
How long ago?
A day or two ago.
Yeah.
That's to give you an
not
idea.
Anymore.
Yeah.
I know. I remember, back in the day growing up and stuff, gas would go by penny.
Yeah.
Maybe two.
Yeah.
But it would, even if it was going up and up and up, it would just be like a penny or two every day.
Yeah.
Now it's going up 20, 30, 40 cents a day.
Yeah.
Well, didn't the state do something about a fuel tax here earlier this year?
Yes.
And did that fuel tax break? Did that expire or something?
No.
And it hasn't.
December through December, it's 25 cents a gallon. For gasoline. They never did anything with the diesel tax.
No,
they kept that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I've been looking around my garage and my basement. I'm certainly thinking very seriously about buying a second 275 or 330 gallon fuel tank so that I can tank them both up when the prices are reasonable, usually during the summertime.
Will they ever be reasonable again?
No. Well, reasonable is that's a subjective question. I mean, it's what's reasonable today. What's unreasonable today is going to maybe be unbelievably reasonable next month.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when we went, I think it was on our Southwest trip in 2008, gasoline practically, it was up at least 50% by the time we left. And on the way back, it was back down almost to where it was. And that was about a 3-month trip we took.
Wow.
That's just great. This is absolutely great the way this is. I'm surprised it's going up now.
we went out to Oklahoma 2 years ago, and we drove. And I took a picture of one of the gas signs because I was like, "Oh my God, it was $1.85 a gallon."
Yeah. Well, see,
That same gas now is almost $4 a gallon.
you're young enough to be my daughter, or maybe
Yes, I know.
even more than that.
Yeah.
We're talking about percentage increase, 1 cent. Well, 1 cent when I was first buying gasoline was about a 7% increase. 1
Mhm.
cent.
Yeah.
About,
Yeah.
I was buying gasoline for, if I caught it on sale, it was 13.9 cents a gallon.
I was just gonna say, I remember it
Wow.
being about 30 to 35, which would be about a 3.5% increase.
Yep.
At the old Lehigh gas station downtown, which is now Chucky's, or was Chucky's, or whatever they call it now. But
Still is, I think. Yeah.
is it? Yeah. So yeah, it's crazy. But it's, it's whatever's relative today, maybe not be the same thing that it was back then. So the subject that we kind of come up with today, and Victoria, I don't think we chatted about this yet. If you were first selectman of your town, what would you do? If no, and you can't say, well, I wouldn't take that job. So
He's trying to take my answer away from me.
No, it's funny because I was thinking about this outside. Then Jim brought it up. I'm like, oh my God. I mean, this is exactly where I wanted to go with this. There was a show, or it's still on Netflix, I believe. It's called Designated Survivor. And it starred Kiefer Sutherland. And what it was is that I guess during every time Congress is in session, they have to take one person from one office somewhere in the, in the United, in the government.
Oh, you mean for continuity of government?
Yeah. And put that person in a box somewhere that's just in case, and in case happens, right. Where everything gets blown up, in Washington. And now the Secretary of HUD now becomes the president. So it's actually
interesting.
It's a real interesting show. It was 3 seasons. It was 2 seasons on Fox, and then Netflix picked it up after that, and it got really racy after that. We ended up watching the 3rd season, but anyway, it shows this person going from the director of HUD to being the president, and how he acts as president of the United States in many different situations. It's a show, obviously.
Yeah. Well, based on past experience of HUD, I'm not sure I'd want that person in the president.
But it was the designated survivor, that's so cool. That's cool. That's how it works. Yeah. So I guess what I'm saying is, like, you can't say I don't want the job. It's forced upon you. You have to take it. It doesn't have to be Griswold. It doesn't have to be Sterling. It doesn't. It could be.
Well, I wouldn't take Link's job for nothing.
No, but I'm just saying.
We have a great first selectman. Actually, our board of selectmen is excellent at this point. Relatively happy. I think the biggest thing in any town, is transparency.
Yeah.
Keeping the public informed so they're not creating their own idea of what's going on. That's the biggest issue.
Okay.
I agree with you. I think as much as conceivably possible,
tell them,
should be open and out there all of the time. The only things that should not be out there, and I have argued about executive sessions being overused both at the school, but much less at the school than at the town, for as long as I've been involved here. Okay. And special meetings. Okay. Why do we have to have so many special meetings?
Yeah, you've said that many times.
Yeah, I mean, this is not new. This is not picking on Dana or at all. I've complained about this for as long as I've been involved in the town. Mm-hmm. Okay, I mean, the only thing that should be secret or private is exactly what's defined in the. In fact, I was looking at this last night. As a matter of fact, is what the state says can be done in executive session.
Mhm.
And there's a number of things that are there, but it's usually to do with personnel, or if the town is trying to buy a pice of property for
Contract
some reason,
negotiations.
and contract
Yep.
negotiations.
Yep.
It's extremely limited.
Yes, it is. I found at everybody, like when they talk about a meeting, they'll include Board of Ed, and Board of Ed meetings are a little different than town meetings as far as what you can say in public. I think when you have an executive session at Board of Ed, it's because it's things that you literally cannot say in public. Other boards, I've seen them use the executive session, have discussions that aren't really relevant to anything, and it goes on and on and on. And it's a way to just not have the public involved.
Yep.
I know from my experience of being on the Board of Ed, our executive sessions are, we just talk about what we need to when we're done. There's no other things getting discussed.
All right.
And it's
So
supposed to, and I'm sorry, Mike, it's supposed to,
No.
it's supposed to clearly state the purpose of the executive session.
Yes.
all right. So we had a comment in by Dave Polino, but then some troll comes in, and whoever this MD Zucker is, just ignore that person. It's a troll. I got to find out. Now we got to find out how to block this jackwagon, because he's going to come in here and post what he thinks is important. Oh, no. It's you want a job? You want a job. Well, how about you're an idiot? So let's do this. I gotta.
Do you insult all your trolls this way?
Working overnight, making $38.10 an hour will give you transportation. One of those.
Trolls need to be just. It's like I can't find this guy.
Wow. Ignore him, Mike.
He probably
because he's been a jerk.
He
He's
probably
going ahead.
He probably had you blocked to start with. They do that a lot now.
Let's see if he's
one of the
probably 80% of the phone calls I get now. I just block.
there he is. Okay.
One of the local yard sale pages. I can't remember which one it was. Got hacked yesterday, and they were posting porn, and nobody could catch him. Nobody could find it.
Yeah.
He'll just come back under another name. I mean, it's
Scott Code. You're silly, Scott. He goes, "It's spam, Mike. That's how you know your show has made it."
Woohoo!
Yay!
Made it.
So let's get into a couple of comments here about the subject. First of all, the whole show that I mentioned.
Yes.
With
Kiefer Netflix.
Yeah, it was Scott. That was not Jack Bauer. That Jack Bauer or Kiefer Sutherland was in 24. This is a totally different show. He also says, talking about your point, transparency and accountability is the key to a successful term in a political office.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to do. There was. All right. Let's see here. Jen Gothier. This is about the motor vehicle fuel tax. Fuel tax on gasoline and gasohol is suspended through November 30th. I have heard rumblings of it being extended, she says, but nothing more than a rumor at this point.
That depends on how polling goes between now and midterms. Well, it's like he was going to give $1,000 to essential workers.
Who was this? Our governor?
King Ned.
Yeah. Okay.
So that was the big thing.
But we are not a political show, so
we're not a political show.
No.
But
well,
no,
we,
he was going to.
We will be.
He's going to. No, do that.
We will never be a political show.
So he's going to do that, $1,000, and they set aside some money and they opened up an application, and then they went, "Oh wait, we weren't expecting all these people, so we really don't have enough money. So it may be
It's buying
You might
votes.
get $100, you may get $300, or you may get nothing. We'll see after the election.
It's buying votes with the public
Of course
money.
it is.
Yeah, it's the
We're
whole
not political,
system is-
though.
Huh?
We're not political.
Well, I think we can talk about things like that without being political, particularly. I'm not sure, but
But it's all a little carrot in front of the donkey's mouth. Come
Yeah.
on, come on, come on.
Boy, people are active in this one, which is good. Pam Padalano says first, make the position non-political, i.e., I'm thinking town manager.
I've argued about that the negative for a long time.
You do not like that idea.
I do not like that
Okay.
idea at all.
Why?
Because I want the people to be more involved in the day-to-day decisions that are being made.
Mhm.
We had a town manager back in Stoughton, Mass. When I was young, okay, and we had town meeting representatives. And what I found was that most of the people who ended up being town meeting representatives were some way or other involved in being paid by the town. Okay. So I have a real negative connotation on town manager form of government for small towns. Okay. All right. In big cities, yeah, you've got to go some other way. But small towns, no.
So let's go on to another thing. She also says the position is a hired position based on the person's experience. And bullet point number 3, the selectmen are also not elected, hired based on experience and paid a decent wage for what they do. So in other words, having the selectmen, Pam feels that maybe the selectmen should be hired instead of elected. I don't agree with that one.
I don't either. I mean, I love Pam. We've had
Yep.
lots of good conversations,
Absolutely.
but I'll disagree with Pam. Sorry, Pam, on this one.
I think you get into problems with something like that. You know, now you're talking corporate America, and the first selectman is now your CEO, and they have how long of a contract? Hold up. I know you're ready to jump on this one, but they have a contract, and how long do they last? Because they're hired, and they maybe even be union. So that could be a bigger problem.
Go ahead, Victoria.
I think that from my experience, the selectmen that I've known through the years, they do it, the majority of them do it because they love their town and their community. And I think that's a big part of being the select man or woman. You have to care about the job because you are getting peanuts to do it.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to care about your community and the people in it. And when you stop caring, then it's time to leave.
I mean, we go to a town manager's form of government, and now you get more of the political corruption that's involved.
And what happens when you don't want that person anymore? You can't just get rid of them. Whereas if it's an elected position, here come the elections, you vote somebody else in.
You know that person's in for 2 years or whatever the term is.
So they have to prove themselves.
Yeah.
Or even less if you really wanted to get rid of somebody.
Yeah, it's kind of easy.
I mean, one of the going back to the transparency issue, one of the things we've carried on the capital plan for nearly as long as I've been on the capital committee, which is probably over 10 years at this point, is to get a sign out front like the school did. We were trying to carry one for the school and one for the town. The school actually got theirs on a grant, which was great. Put one here right downtown so you can you're not going to be able to see it from all directions, but at least kind of angle it somewhat so you can catch it. One of the problems that I'm seeing with the sign and the fire department the Griswold Fire Department put one up too. The amount of information that you can put on it is minimal, so they make the lettering small. And basically, you can't read it when you're driving by.
Right.
And you got to be really careful of the particular colors that you use. Okay. I've seen some stuff in red, and that I think is even more difficult to read.
Mm-hmm.
So But we can't get $15,000 or $25,000 appropriated to put a sign up there that would enforce, that would make people aware of some of the critical things. But yet we can spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on stuff that. I'll stop there.
It's funny. We got one of those signs in Sterling at the town hall, and it was somebody had passed away and left some money in the library and requested a sign. Everybody complains about that stupid sign because it's so bright and it flashes and it's got color. You have to literally stop your car and read to see. It is kind of ridiculous. I mean, it's a lovely gesture.
But they should be able to control
that thing is
how it's doing it. I
obnoxious.
mean, they could probably stop the flashing and slow it down.
Yeah.
I
But at
don't
night
know
you
how
drive
the
through
technology-
there.
That's
it's
a totally different subject. It's like, are these road signs that are on the
they're
sides
not
of
safe.
are they not safe because people are, they're driving, all of a sudden they're looking,
Yeah.
and in that split second,
It's
so
kind of ridiculous.
yeah.
Well, carrying that down to the automobiles, okay? So many of the cars have these 7-inch screens, and they're buried down here where your radio and heater controls used to be.
Right.
And so you have to take your eyes off the road to look at your GPS, okay? Put the damn thing right up there on the dash. Yes, that's going to interfere with some people who are very short in stature.
Yep.
What's the better solution? Maybe not to have it at all.
Probably not.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of the. I'm not a big fan of the signs on the side of the road, especially if it's got flashy, colorful lights, and next thing you're looking because it's like, oh, that's neat.
But that location there, Mike, we got a traffic light there, so people stop and they can actually take and read that sign if it was out there.
Right, but what about when the light is green?
That's a different story. Yeah.
Somebody cuts in front of you.
Blinking lights you can't see.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's a different subject altogether. So
all right. So how do we get information out to the town?
Huh?
How do we get information out to the town?
Hold that thought,
Okay.
because I want to get into some of the comments from our friends in the chat room. Jen says, hard topic since everyone approaches leadership differently. You got 20 minutes, Jim. For me, see, I can see out of the corner of my eye.
Yeah.
The most important ingredient for success is understanding the full responsibility of the position as well as its limitations. Selectmen serve as the civic leaders of the town. They should devote sufficient time to municipal issues and delegate. Do you feel that that's happening? In your town, whatever town that might be, in dystopia.
I will speak
Go for it.
In general, but I think there is very little delegation from the people who are running the towns throughout the years.
Yeah,
it's my personal opinion.
And she also goes on to say there is no moving forward without transparency, and this is something you guys both brought up.
Oh yeah,
so that's totally true.
Yeah.
Do you feel that your town is being transparent with information? I'm gonna go with no.
Our town is doing well on it, but could do better.
Mm-hmm.
I actually go in and I talk to my first selectman all the time, and I'm like, "Hey, Link, remember that Facebook page we made?
Your town is Sterling.
Yeah.
Okay.
When he was running for re-election, I said to him, everybody's on social media. You need a Facebook page. Oh, I don't want a Facebook page. Well, we made him a Facebook page. And once a week, he was putting up an article. This is what we did this week in town. And it was working really well. And then things get busy and everybody forgets. And I have to go in there and say, hey, Link, I need a blurb.
Yeah.
But I do think that there is a responsibility to put the information out there. And I understand minutes from meetings. I read them every week. It doesn't matter if I go to a meeting or not. I go online and I look and see what I can find, and I read it. So I have a general idea of what's going on. And then if I have a question, I go into the town hall and I ask.
See, it's a big difference between you and a lot of other
is.
people.
Yeah.
And I get into trouble a lot of times because people will be on the town page going, hey, you know, complaining about this, that, or the other thing. And I'm like, well, you know, here's your answer. They're like, well, how did you do that? Well, I read the minutes from a meeting.
Do you know how many? Yeah.
It's not hard to do.
And it also depends on who's writing the minutes.
Yes.
You know, because
Yeah.
there's a lot of times you can.
They don't have to go into full detail.
Yeah.
The minutes only have to reflect the topic discussed and
Vote.
a vote.
Right.
That's it.
If there's a vote.
But they're recorded. You can go into your local town hall and say, I'd like to listen to this recording.
Mhm.
And they'll let you
You
listen
can
to
bring.
it.
You should. You can bring a flash drive.
Yeah.
So here, can you put
Yeah.
it on there, please?
Yeah.
But let's go a step further. I feel that they should be taking the recordings,
And putting those on.
putting them up on the website for people to go ahead and listen to them as they want to.
Some do that.
I think that's an excellent idea. To be
You know,
honest with you.
but they won't do it.
But you know,
Some towns do.
the other part of the
Some
whole,
do.
Yeah.
The other whole
Those
part
are
of the,
transparent towns.
the other whole part of the equation is people have to make some effort to learn what's going on in their town
Right.
also. Okay. I mean, I go into the town hall probably a couple of times a week just to check the bulletin board to see
Yeah.
what meetings are coming up. They did redo the website, and I have looked at it a little bit, and I find the website is a massive improvement over what we did have. At least if you get to the right point, you're disagreeing, that's fine. You
Yeah.
get to the right point, you can at least find some information now. Okay.
Yeah. I think it's cluttered, and I think it's so there's a thing. There's a metric in social media. You know, how many clicks is it?
Right.
Does it take to get somewhere? It's right, but people don't even want 3 clicks. They want 1 or 2 before they abandon the process. And what I'm seeing with the Grizzled webpage is it's 4 to 5.
I want to go back to Facebook. Okay.
Mhm.
There are many of us, for many reasons, who want nothing to do with Facebook.
Correct.
Right.
Okay. So Facebook, putting information on Facebook, you may hit some of the people who are on Facebook, but I don't know how many of us older people actually have anything to do with
It's
Facebook.
not even older people.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
people in
this-
general.
Facebook to me is just a piece of garbage, and that's personal opinion. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm going to get massive pushback on that statement. That's fine. I don't care.
I don't think you'll get massive pushback, but it is a resource. And when you have people that are on there, like we have a couple they're not town run pages, they're about the town of.
Mhm.
You know, when people complain on there, those are the people that are looking for answers that either they don't want to go to the website or they're just too lazy or whatever. But I felt like during the election process, at least, those people paid attention to that Facebook page.
Mhm.
It was a whole nother group of people. It wasn't the older generation who feels a patriotic duty to go and vote, and they're going to vote in every election. So they're going to go to town hall. They're going to find out who's running, and they're going to vote. These are the other people. This was a whole another group of people that we were able to reach that we wouldn't have.
Well, you made an interesting comment there also, and I have personally, I have voted in every election.
I knew that
for my entire life.
I knew that.
And I am at the point right now where I am having a debate with myself whether I am going to vote in any election other than the local election at this particular point.
Right.
Basically, I would love to see on a ballot a third. You know, we basically largely have a Republican or a Democrat. And that's another subject. I hate the party systems, and everybody I talk to hates it, but they don't want to change it. Okay. Sorry about that. That looks like a piece of spam.
No. Talk amongst yourselves.
You're just doing like Halloween decorations.
Well, you guys taking over, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do this.
Now my whole train of now my
now
whole
Mike's
train of
butter.
thought.
Don't blame me.
No.
Blame your phone call.
You were saying the parties, 2 parties, but there's actually the independent party is now a party.
Yeah.
Rather extreme party, but
I was headed towards a point there, but Mike distracted me with his cotton batting there.
there's cobwebs.
Go ahead, take over,
Spiders.
boss.
No. It's not that. I was just occupying myself where you guys. I mean, you guys were literally just talking, looking at each other, talking. It's like, can I tell you what some people are saying? What you're talking about? All right.
Go ahead.
Pam says to Jim, we've been trying to tell you this for 5 minutes. Not corporate, just partisan, and take control from both parties and just run the town as an objective. Town as an objective employee. And then she goes, I love you too, Jim.
Thanks, Pam.
See, I was trying to give you a compliment. Daryl says, how do we get information out to the town? Daryl from the Healthy Computer. School Street, Jewett City. Daryl's the only one that gets that plug. So how do we get information out? You were talking about Facebook. And you were saying about how that you can't stand Facebook.
Yep.
Okay. I'm not a big fan either. I'm not a big fan of Facebook myself. However, it's a form of media to get people out, right? Yeah. And when it comes to, like, you also said, you go downtown and read the bulletin board, and, a couple of times a week. That's a dying breed. I'm sorry. I mean, that's old school, but that's what you've done, right?
Yeah. Well, I also go to the website now too. Now that it's in my opinion a major improvement over what we had.
But you got people that are going, Beth, did you go to the website? How about downtown? No, I ain't gonna give them my opinion. I don't care. Hold on, let me see what's on HBO.
Yeah,
because basically
it's apathy.
Yeah, that's your biggest thing.
You and I have used that term 100 times recently.
In other words, is information, Jim. How many times have we said the information is there? It's there. It's put in people's laps, but they choose to not accept the transparency that is there.
So I get really upset, like in our town, with people that I don't know if they're trying to be ignorant or they just come across as ignorant because they, oh, well, they're trying to get this done and the back door and deals and this and that. And then you go on our website and you pull up the meeting
and it's all there.
And it's all there. So I got on my little horse one day and I'm like, okay. So I went through our town website.
Was that a high horse?
It may have been a little high.
It's a stallion.
I went through and I pulled the meeting dates we have on our website. Like, you can go planning and zoning and it's the whole year's worth of dates of meetings. I screenshot that and then I grabbed the link to the website page for planning and zoning. And I made a Facebook page and I put all the dates with the link to the website for that particular.
Yeah.
People still just.
Well, I think it was Mike that made the suggestion about taking all of the meetings are all recorded, or they're supposed to be, okay, and put that out on the website. I mean, I would love to be able to just go listen. There's certain things you look at the minutes and you say, well, I got one right now that the minutes are incorrect. That said I didn't say something and I did say it. Okay, so
I get it. It's true. I mean, you're right.
Listening to the tape, and I've been debating whether to go down and get a copy of it. Would either prove or disprove my contention.
Well, I went to Plainfield's Board of Ed last night, and they broadcast it. They had they had people there in attendance, and then they broadcast it. I mean, I think that's a great idea. But not every town can do it.
Sure, they can. They can. They choose not to. And I think it's because they don't know how.
Right. Right.
And until somebody comes up and says, hey, I can do this,
Right.
you know, whatever. Oh, and I can do it and it won't cost you anything. Oh, hey, let's go ahead and try that. Yeah. You know, then you can't hear anything.
Right.
One of the things as far as the Board of Selectmen meetings in the past is, and I had said this, Lisa Wood, who is the executive assistant to the first selectman, and I'd asked her and I said, why do you keep the recorder in front of you?
Yeah.
I said, I've listened to, you know, or tried to listen to Board of Selectmen meetings and the recorder's in front of you, and I've seen it in front of you, and all I can hear is shuffling papers.
Right.
I can't hear what.
It's very limited.
Right. I said, I can't hear the, you know, the selectmen at all. Why isn't the recorder taken and put right in front of the board itself? Right. Same thing with, they have microphones. Why aren't they working? Yeah. You know, so these are just little things that could be fixed.
I say that Plainfield Board of Ed meeting last night was very well run. They all had microphones. It was nice. It was good.
Well, I'm gonna go back a few years because Mike was deeply involved in it, along with Ed Burdick and myself to some degree. There was funding available to install systems in the town hall and elsewhere. And we made an attempt to get this out there so that it could be broadcast. And Mike can speak to it much better than I can. You take it over from there, Mike.
No, it just didn't happen.
Yeah,
it was just I mean, we talk about residents being apathetic to certain things. Well, you know what? They're apathetic down there too.
Yeah.
You know, in town hall, it's like we don't want to. It's not that they don't want to ruffle feathers. It's more like I think they're afraid of what they don't know, and this is a whole new realm.
Well, and I think people have been doing the same thing for so long.
Yeah.
They just don't want to change.
Yeah.
And
it worked before. Why isn't it working now?
Especially old guys like me.
Yeah.
How many times have I said to you, Jim? You know, it's like, you know, it's the fight between the old money and the new money here in town. Here, you know, it's like you got the new money trying to make, you know, some sort of change, you know, bring us into the new millennium. You got the old money, you know, saying, you know, I read the paper the other day, and you know, both pages, and that's all they do.
Well,
you know, it's like,
yeah,
I'm gonna buy the paper. It's 85 cents, and it's like a one page here and one page there. Nothing else, but it's news. You see what I mean?
Yeah, and you touching on what you kind of alluded to there is one of the things. You know, people that are looking for development are saying, "Well, gee, it's been 6 years you've been talking about this or something."
Yeah.
Development doesn't happen quickly, for God's sake. But
should it happen quicker than it is?
Yeah, no question about that. But I mean, we had COVID screw things up for a couple of years too.
I'm so sick of COVID being an excuse for everything.
Hey, in my point of view,
I get a story for you
COVID
later.
was the non-issue. Okay, they just use it to control the people. But anyways, we need to make a decision. The town needs to make a decision. Do they want to? And either answer is correct. Do you want the town to stay as it was, a quiet farming town? Okay. And there's many people that would just as soon see that.
Sure.
And there's other people want to see more progress.
More industry brought to town.
Yeah. And neither one is right or wrong,
Mhm.
but you're not going to end up with both because it's going to go one way or the other. And most likely at this point, it's going to go more industry and more development. And you're going to lose the rural aspect of what Griswold was.
No, I don't think so. I think Griswold is very unique in how it's set up. And I think it'll be a long, it'll be well after all three of us are dead and gone. Before. I don't know, Jim, you could outlive the cockroaches for Christ's sakes. But I think long after all of us are gone, because look at the, you know, all 138. There's a ton of places there that could be developed. 164, it's taken years, you know, to get that. So, but it's uniquely set up where you have like the forest over here, you've got the lake over here, and there's a lot of area here.
Well, you know, Mike, I've looked at 138 as being vice chairman of economic development, and yeah, there's some properties that could be purchased right in close to town.
Yeah.
that you could acquire some decent sized, you could put together a block of decent sized property. Okay. It's mostly, it's all housing further out. I mean, I haven't examined the details of further out, but God, look at how long it's taken us to try and get the water and sewage down 164.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's COVID.
Yeah, I know.
I just wanted to see if she would flinch.
No, the pipes have got COVID. You can't run water through them.
Here's my little COVID story. Melissa, we were celebrating her birthday a few weeks ago. We went up to a restaurant in Brooklyn, and I made reservations. Hi, look. Okay, Billy. Yes, sure. We'll be there at 7:00. Okay, great. Can I bring a birthday cake in? No. Why? COVID. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? COVID. Yeah, because of COVID protocols, we can't have things brought in from there, which is a bunch of bullshit. Yeah. So then I said, okay, well, can you guys supply a cake? There's a bakery across the street.
Oh, it's okay to buy the cake across the street and bring it in.
No. We were going to do that. You'll say, okay, no, because of COVID. I'm like, are you kidding me? No, but we do have slices of cake that you can buy for $7 a piece.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I literally told to the young girl, I said, when are you going to stop using COVID as an excuse? I said, are you wearing a mask? This is on the phone. No. Oh. How about your cook? Your cooks, are they wearing masks? No. Oh. So COVID really isn't a thing, is it?
We're worried about the stupid cake, but
it's not a thing. It's an excuse.
Exactly. Yeah. Go back and look at the data. Okay. Go back and look at the data. How many people died of flu during the COVID pandemic?
Yeah.
Flu disappeared off the face of the earth. Everything was COVID. If you got in a motorcycle accident and died, you died from COVID.
If you got a hangnail, it was COVID. Let's see. Daryl says at some point, I really believe this is going back to the government conversation. It's willful ignorance. They know what to do, but just refuse to do it, and then blame the same thing that excused them before.
Good point. Good point.
Court Kinney. Good morning, Court.
Morning,
Scott and Daryl. The same mentality applies to the government at all levels. It's too much work to be involved.
Yes.
I'm reading these because I want you guys to, Daryl says the town webpage is too hard to use, but they can do the day's Wordle with no issue. Wordle is a very popular game right now. It's not an app. It's not that you can download. You go to a website, and it's a fun game. People can do that. Why? Because they want to. Scott said people need to be spoon-fed. How many times have we had the conversation? We've had it too. It's like you knock on somebody's door. Hi, I'm Mike. Here's your town news. Go to the next door. And you keep going on and on and on. It's apathy. It's just, that's the biggest thing. It's apathy. People need to give a shit.
Yeah.
People don't give a shit.
But the other part of that is when it's not easily accessible or they're not involved, that's when they start making up their own stories and saying, oh, this is what the town's doing. Well, no, it's not. Take your time. Go look at it. That's not what's going on. It's so easy to...
Scott says, how about this one? Couldn't visit the Satanic Temple in Salem because they required a vax card and a mask. Apparently, the Lord of the Underworld has a compromised immune system. Who knew?
Oh my! Yeah.
Well, on a related but different subject, I've been looking to book a cruise for 2 years. Okay,
come with us. We're going in August,
and we're not vaxxed and have no intention of being vaxxed.
You don't need to be.
I just found that out yesterday because I called Norwegian, and there's a you can go on the site, and if you get to the right places, you can find out what areas you need what for. I gotta go. Good seeing you.
It was good seeing you.
As usual.
We have Matt Lissy coming in a couple of minutes, so thanks for dropping on by, Jim.
All right. Catch you later.
You got your special chair.
Yeah. With a comfortable seat for guys that don't have anything but skin and bone.
Are you gonna stop by later?
I can.
Yeah.
I got a contract at 11:30.
Swing by if you can. All right.
Hi, Jim.
It's always good to have Jim here.
Yeah.
You know, he's always gives a very unique opinion on the things, which is cool.
Does.
Uh,
The worst part of it is, I kind of agree with him on a lot of stuff.
yeah, no.
And then I'm sitting at home. I'm
Well,
like,
I do too. You know, I mean,
agreeing with him again.
and Sean, and I don't understand this. Sean Krasinski says, "And you still have them your business, Mike?" I don't know what that means.
Oh, the restaurant. Did you still give them your business?
Oh, I still give them. Well, we had 12 people. What we're gonna do? You know, it's a lot better than the Mexican restaurant in Dayville, where they wouldn't even take a reservation. I said, so we should go somewhere else, and the guy goes,
Oh.
yes.
Yeah, they don't take reservations there. They never do.
Yeah, but just the fact they said you can go. Yeah, I said, should we go somewhere else? Yes.
There's a little bit of a language barrier there.
Oh no, this guy was fine.
Oh,
We talked.
Because I know sometimes there's a language barrier. That's a restaurant. I love their food.
Huh.
One of my favorite places.
Yeah, well, I'd rather get good food and have good service and have extraordinary food and crappy service.
Yeah.
So
They have good service there. It's just Parker ordered a Mountain Dew one day and got milk.
Daryl said, "Oh."
I think that the M stuck.
Daryl says, "Should have done hibachi."
Oh,
I love hibachi. Oh, you did it. Go sake. Sake.
I was really disappointed. I used to love going to Thai Basil because they had the hibachi and stuff. And did it right in front of me, and their food was phenomenal. And then that burned, and they opened in Woodstock now. It's not as good.
Isn't there one in Colchester?
Wow.
There's one in Colchester. I think right at the where the light is, where 85 and where you take a left to go up to Route 2.
Oh.
Past
Yeah.
McDonald's, and there's a little deli on the left-hand
Yeah.
side. I think that's exactly what it is. Thai Basil. Good morning.
Thai Basil.
We have Jim's chair.
Did Jim take off?
He's
Yeah,
gone.
he's
Gone, huh? I
He's
show up
gone.
and Jim leaves.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, he knew it was good. He had an appointment or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So let's get this. Go ahead. All right. Good morning, Matt. How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm all right. I'm all right.
Excellent.
If I say anything different, you'll evict me.
Yeah.
Bad joke. Okay.
Gotcha.
So do you know Victoria? Victoria, Matt?
I haven't officially met her
Okay.
though. Yeah.
So you're the owner here of, is it just Paragon or is it Paragon office space? What is
Paragon Connection.
Okay.
Which is a co-work office space.
Yep.
Here in Jewett City. We've got space for just members that just want to come in and work.
Yep.
And then take their stuff home, but they have a place to come and work. And then we have office space available as well.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Now, how long have you, this is the former UCFS building.
It is, yeah. We've had this 3 years now. Our grand
think you're right,
opening
yeah.
was during when COVID first shut everything down.
Yeah. So you didn't let COVID bother you, did you?
Yeah.
Onward.
Shut us right down.
Great
Yeah.
time.
I think it was the next day.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. We had a grand opening Saturday, and then that Monday, we shut right down.
My goodness.
Yep. I think I was the only one here in the office for a few months.
And nobody else. I hated
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, even when working at home, when it first hit, we're supposed to work. We were supposed to, stay home, stay whatever, blah, 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 blah. I did for 2 days and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I said, oh, screw this. And I said, it's just me anyway. I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
and Paul
exactly.
and, Jim and a few others, And so, yeah, I ended up coming in. But I hated working by myself for a long time. And I was there from.
You get
and-
bored. Yeah.
Yeah. There are still places in that building I've never seen
Yeah.
because it's so damn big. But we would just, sit in that one room
Right,
and that's
right.
it. So,
Yeah, this is a great building.
Thank you.
Did a nice
Yeah.
job of that. Yeah.
Thank you. We still got quite a bit to go on it, but we're getting there.
It's cool.
Yeah.
well, it's really cool because when I moved in here, when you first showed me a couple of rooms,
Yep.
and this was one of them, and I was like, this is perfect.
Right. Yeah.
And the reason why I said that is because had this table here already that we,
Yeah,
you know, didn't have to. We can just abandon that table. It's got a green screen.
That someone needs to paint.
Yeah.
Not mentioning who the landlord is, but
I don't know.
It
Do I have
drives
to-
me
I'll
nuts.
paint it. It'll take like 20 minutes to paint.
No, I know. It's just, and but the thing is like, so as far as convenience factor, I can just take the camera and flip it right around and do the recording. So I'm like, it's just perfect. And then, you know, because there was another room that, you know, I mean, had a sink, but I mean, they were all old exam rooms, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So, and, you know, had a little, maybe a little work area and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, would this be good? You know, let's call the carpet guy. But I never knew you were like that, Victoria. Oh, I got the cobwebs all over my foot now.
See, told you not to play with that crap.
It's not cobweb, it's
Fake. The fake.
And there's spiders. And
Oh my God,
crawling up his legs.
God, stop. I have the fibers all over me now. So 3 years, and you have a bunch of businesses in here now.
Yep.
You-
Got some therapists.
Mhm.
Driving school just got her license to actually operate, so she'll be operating soon.
Plus, you run your organization out of here as
Yep.
well.
Yeah, I run Capital Property Group through here.
Now, what is Capital Property Group? Because I have a lot of people that if I'm outside from me, they go, "Are you Capital Property Group?" No, no.
Yeah. We're a real estate company. We're a brokerage. Mostly what we do is property management. We manage condo associations, apartments, commercial, single families.
How
That's
did
our
you
bread
get
and
into
butter.
this?
I got sick of working for the federal government and
You don't say.
decided to jump into the real estate business. And the guy I worked for did property management as well. So I just started learning from him. Still give him a call when I got questions on
How do you like get clients for that? I mean, do you go knock on their door and say, "Hi, I'm so and so"? I would think it would be a hard business to actually get started in because
It is.
because where's your credibility? Because nobody knows you.
It's all word of mouth. And then you just work from there. You take on the tough clients in the beginning and then you just grow from there. Now everything we do, it's word of mouth. So
Right,
we've
so-
got attorneys recommending us, other real estate agents recommending us.
So you're kind of on autopilot now.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So, but when you're first knocking on doors,
It was. I mean, I started in the basement of my house, so
sure.
It was a hustle. You're working and you're working and working. It's still a hustle. I'm
Mhm.
still working nonstop.
How many units here do you have total that are available? I'm not talking about empty
Inside the
now,
office?
but how many? If it was all, if nobody was here,
Yep.
and you said I have space, you know, that you can come in and work. How many would you have?
15 spaces.
There's 15 spaces.
15, not including my actual space.
Right.
So
Okay, that's pretty cool.
yeah.
And I found that just being here for what, 2 weeks?
Yeah, about 2
Two and
weeks.
a-
Yeah.
2.5 weeks or so is, and I've told you this too. It's because up there, you know, up the road a few buildings, it was okay. Well, nobody's here, and it was lonely.
Oh, you were lonely.
It was lonely.
Poor guy.
There's nobody there.
Now you have friends.
Well,
You're like a social butterfly. I saw you outside that door. He talks to everybody.
well, I was.
He could be like your greeter. Like your
Yeah, there we go.
Excuse me, can I
Hi,
check the
welcome to
receipt?
Paragon. Can I help you?
Exactly. How can I direct you?
Just go in over here to the left.
Perfect.
And I
You're
told,
already guiding people to us.
I bring them right in if they're outside, you know.
Hey, Matt, these guys are looking for you.
Hey. So I went home and I told Melissa, and this is like a few days after I was here. What do you think? And I said, well, I do like it a lot better. And she said, what? And I said, just the fact that the room is perfect for what I need. That's one thing.
Yep.
Second thing is I said, there are people around. And I said, you don't necessarily have to talk, you know, every 5 minutes or every hour or 2 hours or whatever. You know, you just sometimes you just walk by, hey, how you doing? You notice how it's less and less now because I'm getting more acclimated. I told you that would happen. But the fact of the matter that there's actually somebody here, it's like a comfort level, you know, that I didn't have up there. You know, so
That building was a little dark and dreary.
It was drab.
It was a cool building. It has a
Yeah.
lot of neat.
Friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a much more homey building.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I had said. And that place up there served its purpose. So it was great.
Oh yeah.
But like the office that we were in, it was kind of weird how it was set up. I mean, who knew? You know, just a regular office would be
right.
You know, one is so much better than the other. It was just the way it was set up. It just wasn't conducive to what we wanted to do.
It was a big building for just
huge.
You.
Yeah.
That's a lot of building.
And then I became a pack rat.
Yes.
And then I just started accumulating stuff.
Oh, I still gotta send you a picture of the brick wall in the man cave. It matches perfectly.
Does it really? Oh, you had a picture?
It looks like it was made for the room. I didn't take the picture yet, but it looks like it was made for it.
I had these two pieces of art.
Yeah.
What is it? Like 6x4, 7x4? I mean, I had two of them the same. I bought them from Pier 1 when Pier 1 was down here.
Yeah.
I loved Pier 1.
And it looked like little bricks.
Yeah.
It looked like a brick wall. So I took it home and I put it in the man cave, and it's like perfect.
Nice. So what would you like if you wanted to tell people, you know, like you're like a sales pitch or whatever? Let's say I'm coming in, I'm going, hey Matt, you know, I'm looking for some office space. What would you say to me? And you know, why is Paragon or Paragon Connection a good fit for me or a better alternative to where I'm at now?
You know, it's a great spot for a starting company. That's what it comes down to. We have quite a bit of different businesses that if you need advice, you need help, everybody's here to help you out. As you're growing, you know, we can help you find other spaces as well. But this is really great for a starting company that's looking just to have a place to go that doesn't have a ton of employees, doesn't need a place. Just a great place to start. We were originally going to start having classes, but again, before COVID hit, and we're looking to start bringing those back on.
What kind of classes?
So we had someone from that teaches at Three Rivers, Attorney Pascal. He was actually going to come and teach Business 101 for accounting.
Oh, okay.
So then we had someone that was going to teach social media, how to advertise on social media, different classes like that, how to improve your business, how to grow your business, things like that. We want to get that going again. We're going to have it right here at the classroom, which we do have a classroom here that you can rent. That's open to the public to rent.
Oh yeah, how much is it? I wanted to.
It's to rent. I got to double check, and I apologize because
that's okay.
We give it to members. If you're a member, you can use the room for free. So
okay.
So you sell a membership to use.
It's very unique. It's cool. It really
you're not
is cool.
leasing, you're a member.
Oh, that's
you're
cool.
a member here. You're not a tenant.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's when he told me that, I'm thinking, well, this is really. I mean, is that a concept that you created, or
no? It's been around for a while. Norwich, Foundry 66 is doing
Okay.
it, which is they were growing pretty big, and I thought Griswold could use it. Denise Robillard helped me out get this going.
Yeah.
So
Denise is good people.
Denise is great. Yeah,
she's sweetheart.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's funny because there's everything here.
Yeah.
There's literally everything. So number one, I mean, let's just forget it. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, so we have a printer that you don't even need to bring your own printer. We got a printer you have access to. You got a scanner, coffee, water, everything you need to run your business. It's included here.
Cool. Huh.
You know what really, I mean, attracted me was, first of all, it was available. Because it's not too
and quickly.
And quickly.
And it's close.
It's right in the middle of town. I mean, you are smack dab in the middle of Main Street.
Yeah.
Main Street is literally only a quarter mile long.
Yep.
You know, from light to light. And
you get to hear the beautiful bells every hour.
Oh,
yes,
you got Peaches going by with his Bluetooth speaker, you know.
Yeah.
I can't wait, you know, to have him go by. Oh, Al? Oh, yeah, he's been here for years doing that.
Yeah, he's great. He's all up and down.
I was just gonna say that's the other part. There's parking here.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the best part.
You know, so that's awesome. I mean, we have plenty of parking in the back.
Yeah.
You know, I look this way, but it's really that way, right? Yeah, it's back there. So it's really awesome.
Yeah.
There's everything that you need, and you know, for a new business or a small business,
Right.
I mean, like you have there's like a nice little area over down where you walk in, there's like a waiting area,
Yeah.
and then there's a couple of offices in there
Yep,
right
so
there.
it's a shared waiting area for whoever needs
or
it.
if you bring in, so let's say an accountant,
Right.
that, or two accountants, you can have somebody in the waiting room and two different. So there's many possibilities here.
There's a
Paragon
counseling
Connection.
section with, again, another waiting room out there.
Yeah.
There's quite a bit of space to, anybody that's needing to start. And then you just have a membership where you just come, work, and then take your stuff home every day.
Do you have options where people come in if they just need something for a week or two?
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely. Yep.
So think about that. Really, I mean, where can you go and get all of those amenities really in one building? It's just, you can set up shop, or you can set up shop for a week or two or three or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
and it's a month to month. Basically, it's like a gym membership.
Gotcha.
It's like a gym membership concept.
Huh.
So no long-term leases, nothing like that. It's all month to month. So if you
Maintenance
start growing, what's that?
Maintenance free.
Yeah.
It's like a gym, it's like you pay your monthly dues. Next thing you know, there's a $50 quarterly.
Start giving out
fee.
pizza for free so people come in more. Right? Is that what they do?
Oh yeah.
So
That's at a health club here.
Yeah.
Have some cholesterol. Let's see. Oh, Kathy says, I'll be there within the next day or so to take care of the wall. We got the paint. I got the standing. I
The block.
Yeah.
Yep.
What? I know. Well, I mean, I told you, between everybody offering, we'll bark this thing out. I have a drop cloth at home too, but I forgot to bring that up.
I have one in the basement.
Oh, you do?
Yep.
Yeah, because I didn't want to get anything on the carpet or anything.
But we've got paintbrushes. We've got drop cloths.
This will literally take 30 minutes, if that.
Yeah.
So we got time today?
I told you to win.
No. Yeah. Kathy, you got competition.
Oh, stop. Still up.
So how did you come up with the idea of doing this type of service? Because really, it's what it is. You're offering a service. Yeah.
What it came down to is, again, working with Denise and talking to her. It was a great building.
Yeah.
And what do you do with it? Unless you're UCFS or something,
right?
It's an awkward building
Yeah.
to have an office here. So, but it was perfect to break it up into
Yes.
small office spaces. And doing the membership changes some zoning and fire codes as well, which
Gotcha.
makes it easier.
Did you have to
So
go to P&Z?
Yeah, we talked with them.
Gotcha.
Brought the fire marshal in a few times, but it's basically you're just a member here.
Got it. Does that change things?
It
Like
does.
as far as coding is
It does.
concerned?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't really know how P&Z. Like I know, like my house is zoned residential business, and then there's business, and then there's just residential. And it's like, what the hell does this mean? And it's like there are only certain types of businesses I could put in my home.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
The zoning code lets you.
Exactly.
Yep.
So I'm learning this stuff as I go. So.
And every town's different.
Yeah. Is it like that in Sterling? No. Y'all don't care about it, do you?
Well,
How much it cost? 2 horses.
we've reached that point where we're either gonna start enforcing the rules we have, or we're just gonna. But we have minimal zoning regulations.
Go to the P&Z meeting in Sterling. Hi, I'd like to. You're approved. You have to bring in members from other towns because you only have like 7 residents in Sterling.
Stop it. That's not even true.
It is true.
No, it is not.
Where do you hide them all?
We have like 38.
It's like Whoville over there.
We have almost 4,000 residents.
Whoville. They all come out. It's like Sterlingites everywhere.
That Sterling Family Day that I invited you
Horton
to.
here's a who.
You should see. We have a lot of people.
Because they're coming from other towns.
No, we have like almost 4,000 residents now. It's pretty good.
Come on.
No comment.
Keep making fun of it.
They count cows and pigs.
Right.
That's the problem. Horses, goats. Billy, how's it living here? Not bad.
Keep going, man. I will allow Ernie to get on TikTok again.
Oh, come on, Ernie. I see you, Ernie. I see you right there. It's like we're playing Romper Room. I see you, Ernie, and Billy and Joey. Remember that show years ago? You don't remember Romper Room?
I never watched TV when I was a child.
Well, Sterling, they didn't have cable for years.
I didn't. Believe me, I did not grow up in Sterling at all. I've only been there for 7 years.
Yeah, you were from like Stonington area, right? I'm sorry.
Two different towns there. Two different.
Yeah, that is. Where are you from originally? Here,
I grew up in Canterbury.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Until I moved to Sterling.
Same thing, Matt.
But no, Canterbury got a little bougie.
Trying, yeah.
Yeah.
I lived in Canterbury for a little bit of time, and what I found out is that you have to, if you're going to build a house there, you have to have X amount of land.
Yes.
A lot of towns
All
are like
towns
that.
are like that.
Yeah. A lot
No,
of
I'm talking
towns
like
are
an
that.
acre.
Yeah. Our zoning, I think, is 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Got it.
Brooklyn has regulations.
Big farming community.
Livestock, how much livestock you can have
Yeah.
per acre. And Canterbury, though, was different. It was a chicken community originally. The Finnish people had big chicken coops. So their original regulations, like agricultural regulations, you could have 1,000 grazing animals per acre because a chicken is a grazing animal.
Really?
Yeah. It's on like the books from way back in the day and nobody ever changed it.
Okay.
So you could literally have 1,000 horses on an acre and nobody could do anything about it. That's why I originally bought in Canterbury. Because that was the Wild West 29 years ago.
You know what I found about Canterbury? We didn't hate Canterbury. We liked Canterbury a lot. It was very quiet. We were set off from the road a little bit. We lived. Do you know where the ice cream place was? We were. If you were looking at it, it was to the right, 2 houses.
Oh, okay.
So, and we had access to a lot of land.
Yeah.
Guy across the street was a professor,
Yep.
large animal vet.
Yep.
Lindell.
Yep.
And loved it there. Problem was everything that we did ended up in Jewett City. It's like you can take the boy out of Jewett City, but you can't take Jewett City out of the boy. Serious.
But it's not too far.
I
guess over there, that section's a little.
It was 12 minutes.
Yeah.
It was a 12-minute ride from where we were to get here. But then there was a lot of accidents on 169. It's like, I don't know. The kids are driving. I don't know. It was just okay. But everything we did came back here.
Yeah.
So this is why, like we're closing tomorrow in the house. So that's an interesting situation, but it's happening.
2 moves, 1 month.
Yeah. It's been crazy. So we moved the station here to Paragon. We're finishing up in the house on Ashland, and then I'm finishing up a grant application. From the town, they have ARPA funds available and stuff. I have to finish that today.
Oh.
So
it's
crazy. What? You're saying to the base. What?
Maybe you should wrap it up then.
Well, you got to
you like procrastinating.
You got somewhere to go?
Oh my God, so much to do.
Do you really?
Well, yeah, we had that wedding, and I'm still.
You just had you got another wedding?
No, we had that wedding, so
it's over.
I washed all the china, all the silver. I hand dried it. I stacked it. Now I'm gonna put it all away. I have 48 linen napkins to iron and refold.
That doesn't sound like fun.
No.
Yeah, I have so much stuff to do. I'm like, I don't even want to do it. I'm like, can I just throw it away?
So yeah. Just chuck it. Pay the bill.
Yeah.
So I totally creeped on your Facebook page.
Did you?
Yeah. I sent you a friend request. I'm like, this ain't Matt. It looks like he's 7.
I think it's an old photo.
I think it is. Well, now
photo.
you got the beard and everything and everything. So, but without the beard, you look like you're 7.
Yeah.
You look very young. Face. But you know what? When you're 65,
except for the balding,
Yeah, but you know what? People are balding when they're 20 these days. Yep. But when you're 65, you still have like this baby face. It'll be like, how old are you? Oh, do you think I? 24. Anyway, So how do they get in touch with you? Is there a website or do they just?
They can call our office. They can go to our website, which is mycapitalteam.com. They can stop here at the office,
Okay.
right in Jewett City.
So what would they search if they went to Google or DuckDuckGo or any search engine? What would they type in there to find you?
Capital Property Group. They can find us on.
Capital Property Group.
Yep.
Okay. And it's very economical. It's very affordable.
Yep.
You know, so it's definitely a great addition to town. And I'm glad you're here. And I'm glad I'm here.
Yeah.
You know, so
bringing a new energy here, which is nice.
Well, when I'm off the air, I'm too busy swearing in the other room. You son of a. But you helped out a lot. I mean, you gave us.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, you gave us a wonderful opportunity to continue what we're trying to do.
And you're a great fit here,
year.
which is nice.
And it's fun.
Yeah,
it's fun, and it's so. I'm still learning where am I? Because it's not that big of a building, but it's still like where am I? Where am I? Where am I in the front? Where am I in the back? I'm very disorientated still here.
It takes a little bit to get used to.
Yeah. So all right. So
And
capital
it's bigger than it looks too.
Yes,
It's bigger than it looks.
It is weird as far as the orientation. I'm trying to because there's like a couple of catacombs and everything.
Yeah.
So capital property.
Yep.
That's how they would find you. It's a really great opportunity, for any small business, whether it's a startup or a small office,
Landscaping company or anybody that just needs a place to bring a client.
Exactly. Because there's that thing. Well, I'll just bring them to my house.
Right.
Well, okay, no, that happens, and it's like, okay, well, where's the professionalism there? Because I thought about moving the station to the house, as a, it's like, well, how are guests going to get there? Well, they walk through my carport, then walk down 2 steps and into my basement. But I'll have it all redone and everything. But still, it's a basement,
right?
And it really was not going to give the appeal off that I wanted to. And then this place here at Paragon Connection came up, and here we are. So it's perfect. So thank you very much for everything that you have done and made us feel so welcome.
No, not a problem at all.
So
not a problem. Excellent.
All right.
See you around today, I'm sure.
Well, there's one thing he's going to run because it's like one thing he's learned about me. He never shuts up.
You got to sneak off. Yeah, you got to sneak off a little.
It's like, I got to go.
Office is calling again.
He'll be on another time. Like, I gotta go. Anyway, thank you, Matt. I appreciate you coming by. And we'll see you around.
You too. Yes, absolutely. Thank
All
you.
right. So just go to Capital Property Management online. Put it in Google, and it really is a cool building. And people, because I still have two to. Yeah, it is the whole club aspect and all. Yeah. So.
Okay, now I'm scared off 2 guests.
How are we gonna do with you? Do you think we have enough chairs in here? I got rid of 4 the other day because actually they belong to Matt. Yeah, I stole them from the bank. I figured don't charge me a $30 overdraft fee. Yeah,
it's a little more secure.
Those came from the bank. I said, yeah, that's for charging me a $30 overdraft fee. No, they're not like that. They wanted to get rid of them, so it's either that or they were going to throw them out.
Yeah.
So we're going to use that for a totally different type of concept and programming. So
cool.
Paul has his own chair. Jim has his own chair.
Cool.
This is a really cool place.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah. And the other thing is too, and I haven't said anything yet, but the app is going to change. Our SNSN app is really not going to be SNSN anymore. I mean, we are, as far as a morning show and as far as our sports programming and stuff like that. But we're switching everything over to We Love the 80s. Yeah, I mean that has organically grown into something. I'm like, wow, and it's like people are like, what are you talking about? Well, because we really haven't talked about it locally.
Right.
This has been something that's been growing nationally.
Yeah.
And it's been weird lately, though. It's been weird lately. So anyway, it's really cool. So, but we're going to introduce that to the app. The app is going to just be We Love the 80s. We're going to have a website, weloveth80s.club. That's coming out. We have our We Love the 80s shirt shop with merchandise. It's really, it's just kind of like I said, or totally organically grown.
Yeah.
All by itself. You
That's
know.
good.
You know, then I get this one creeper, Corgi Cottage, that shows up. Oh, that's you. You do. You support more than you need to. I mean, you're wonderful. You and you come here and give up your time too. So I really appreciate that. I really do. So and every day you're better and better and better. You're shaking off the cobwebs of like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Now are you just comfortable now?
Yeah.
Good. See, that's all it takes. And she brings donuts sometimes.
I do.
All right, we are out of here. We will see you once again tomorrow. Tomorrow we actually have Heather Summers on tomorrow. Heather will be here tomorrow. She'll be in at about 8:30, and we're going to talk her re-election bid, looking for her third term as 18th district senator in the state of Connecticut. So we will talk to her. Brian Lanou will be here next week.
Okay.
You know, we're starting to get into the whole.
I like Brian.
Yeah, he's a good guy. A little kooky sometimes, but he is a good guy. But we're going to be getting into the whole political scene a little bit. You know, as far as the candidates, we don't ever point and say, personally, vote here, vote this guy, vote this lady, or whatever. Except for Heather, we have totally endorsed Heather Summers since the beginning, and I really truly believe that Heather will be governor.
Our future governor. But I said that to her.
Yeah.
I saw her at our meeting, and I said,
You know what's funny? When Malloy, I'm sorry, when Dan, what's his name? I don't even know his name anymore. I don't really even care. The governor, Lamont. Ned, there it is. Before that election, and I literally said to Heather, I said, not next time, but the one after that, you're going to be governor. And she didn't say anything, whatever. But so 4 years from now, I really think we're going to be seeing signs. She's never said yes, or this is going to happen, or anything like that.
I think a lot of people talk about it, though.
Yeah. And I think that 4 years from now we will start seeing Heather Summers for governor signs.
That'd be cool.
So, but we'll I'll ask her again tomorrow. We'll see what happens. So, all right, Victoria, thank you very much, and be back tomorrow with Paul and Chris on Retiree Row, as well as Heather Summers right here on SNSN.
The Burns Agency